All right, so welcome to part two. Once again, if you stumbled upon this, this is about making an HTML website, not explicitly about Emacs, even though I will be using Emacs. And it's for my classes, my teachers. And so yeah, let's jump in. So in the last video, we made this repo, and we saw that we could we could just edit it in GitHub. And if you just want to edit this in GitHub for the sake of this assignment, that's fine. You can just add files, you can edit your files, etc. But I prefer working on my machine, so I'm going to clone this repo, and I'm here. Make this a little bit bigger, nice and big, and I'm going to git clone this repo, and so I'm here in web demo, and here it is, and I have it on my local machine, and I can now edit it on my local machine. Web demo 4, and I'm just going to edit this demo1 file, make the font a little bit bigger, and the reason I'm doing this is it's just I'm more comfortable working with my own editor. So for example, if I wanted to make this word bold, notice how it does these things, how it as it started doing it, it kind of highlighted it a little bit. So if I want to make that bold, I can make that bold, or and there's things beside H2. We can do things like, well, actually, before I even do more of this, I'm just going to save this. And push this. And now if I go to this file, remember this one is demo1. And again, it's going to take a little bit of time. Keep reloading it. And if I go here, if we notice at the actual file, it has the bold here. So let's see if it's done yet. Not yet. Okay. But one of the reasons why I'm doing this on my local machine, besides having an editor that lets me work a little bit more quickly and easily, is I can also open a new tab, and I can go file /// whoops. Temp web demo fall 2021, and I didn't mean to DuckDuckGo that. Just file // temp web demo fall 2021 demo1 HTML, and that's the actual website. I can. Well, I'll make it a little bigger here. And so notice it's the website, but it's on my local machine under just looking at the file. And here, when I finally reload this, it now bolds this. But the nice thing here is I can do things more quickly. I can let's say bold this. Save it. And there we got that. And remember from before, it's multiple lines. If I wanted to make it actual multiple lines, I could put a break there or a paragraph. But notice that this is a little quicker if you just want to work and develop things. All right, so what I want to show is I showed some of the basic tags before, like let me just install this quickly. And if I just do all of this text, and let's make this bigger. So I just got lots of text here that I just set up, and I put this in. It's all together. But what I would normally do is I'd say this is a paragraph, and I format this one. This is a paragraph, and I'm just gonna get rid of the rest of them because I want to. And now it formats a little bit better. Or I could use that BR that I showed the last time to break, or I could put in a horizontal rule. you know, to separate those. There are other things we can do as well. Another thing we can do is we can put in lists. So for example, we can say I want an ordered list. And this could be item 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's just formatting the text by putting the stuff in it. You know, it's putting these special markup commands in it. And there we have a list. We can change it to an unordered list by making it UL, lists within lists, etc. So lists are very commonly used. And in fact, lists are used frequently, but formatted in a special way for menu options. We also have anchors. And so an anchor, let's say, I'll have an anchor to my website, and it will, when you click on it, go to this website. And I click, and it takes us to my website. And I'll come on back. And so that's anchors, another common one. We can put images in here. So in order to put images in here, we've got to get an image. So why don't we go to... well, I guess I will go to my website, and let's see, do I have something with an image in it? I don't think there's an image in here. Let's say image, go to the Hunter website. That might be an image. So let's copy the image's location. And so my source is going to be the image's location. Save it. Oh, and this is the GitHub one. I want my local file system, and there we have it. Now we might want to make this smaller, and one way to make it smaller is we might say width equals 50%. And you can look these up, and that's not how we'd really do it. Get rid of that, you know, and make it smaller this way. Let's make width equals 20%. Okay, you know, so we can put images in. Now, if you have images on your own in your own folder, you can also do that. So let's say if I say copy sync pictures, I don't know, I've got there's an old buddy of mine who takes pictures, let's say m.jpg. And so let's make another image. And this is just going to be in the same folder. Okay, I didn't want that. And there is the image. So you can put images in this. And so I'm just kind of doing a whirlwind tour, but notice all it is you're just typing in these special commands, the image tag, and then it has a certain specification. And then you get your images and your href, your anchor, which can put your links in, etc. And the one last one that I'll show is we can also do forms. So let's, we can do a form. And we can put things in forms, like we could say, let's put in, I think it's text or label, I don't remember. And name, and then you can enter your name in here. And this is not complete. You'd have to put other things inside here, and then we'll put, you know, text, password, and I think it's input type equals password. And let's see if this is right. It might just be a password type. Let's see. No, it's not that. So it might type password. Let's see if it's this. There we go. And now it's a password field. And then you could also have again, I think it's this. It might not be this. I don't remember. Yeah, there we go. And a submit button, which doesn't do anything, but you get the idea. Now, I'm going to give you a link to a couple of HTML tutorials and also a couple of HTML references. And with those, what you'll be able to do, like let me actually... let's see, let me find, I think I have, like for example, coming to here, like I'll give you a few of these so you can have, you can look up the different elements and the different things you can put in. And in the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm first going to do a git commit and I'll update the website and do a git push. And again, this is going to take a minute to update, so we're going to do this. But you'll notice if we reload this page, it's got all the extra stuff in it that we just typed in. But let's see, will it take, but what we're going to find, well, we'll leave it for a second while I say what we're going to do. So basically, I'll give you those references and a couple of tutorials and what you're assigned, and of course the specific assignment, but the assignment is just to make a website, and I'm going to give you specs for it in the actual async assignment. Now in the next video, we got a couple more steps here. There we go. And so you notice here it found Hunter, but it didn't find this because the Hunter image is on the web, but mjpeg is local. So let me just do a git add m.jpg. And the next video, we're going to talk about CSS and styling. And the idea there is this is just a plain old school HTML website. And meanwhile, I'm just checking to see if it's, just check it did upload the file. But let's see if it's read on the site yet. Not yet. And that way with CSS, you can make it look more interesting. All right, you can make it look, change the colors, change the layout, stuff like that. Now, those of you who are experienced with HTML and CSS and web stuff, you can make something really fancy and cool looking. Those of you that are beginners, you can team up with someone, but just please, the more experienced person, the idea is to educate, not to make the fanciest site. But the idea is, I've already surveyed you all in terms of what your HTML, CSS backgrounds are. So don't worry about, I'm not looking at a beginner having to do a crazy site. It's just to have a site with some interesting stuff in it for us to work with on our next class. So I'm just going to give this another minute, another few seconds, because I'd like to be able to show it to you with the image. The other thing we can do just in our web browser, if you get a weird thing like this and it can't find it, we can always inspect the element. And so we can see that this element is looking for a file called mjpeg, and it's a width of 20, which is what I typed in. And you can actually inspect all the stuff in our page, and you can even change stuff. There's actually cool things you can freak out people with, is you can go to the website and you can literally and then and when they're not looking, you can do this, and then you can do these things and mess around with people. But of course, when they reload it, it comes back to the original. You haven't really changed anything. And notice now the image is here. So we are going to stop this video, and part 3 is going to talk a little about CSS, and there probably will be a quick part 4 with more CSS as well. All right, that is it for now. Bye-bye.